Hello, Sagittarius, and Happy New Year. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. We're doing your intuitive message reading for January 2025. Now, I'm doing a little bit of a different reading or setup or layout than what I normally do because that's what I am feeling called to do intuitively. So we're just going to tap into the messages you need to know for 2025. All right, Sag. All right, you're getting some really good cards here. But that Devil card, remember, he usually shows up when we need to be made aware of something or something needs our attention. And as we move into the new month, there's something you can no longer ignore. All right, Sagittarius, you cannot ignore something any longer. It's going to rear its ugly head as we move into the new year. Now, we got the Four of Swords. That's a card of being proactive. That's a card of, really doing deliberate things, planning, taking action, doing all the things you need to do in order to have the experience that you truly want. All right, it's not a time to sit back. January is going to be massive action taking for you. We talked about the Devil card. Sometimes the Devil card shows up when we're getting in our own way. It's a card of self-sabotage, or sometimes we're in bondage to something, right? It could be an addiction, a toxic relationship, bad habits, whatever the case may be. We all have that dark side of where we self-sabotage ourselves, where we get in our own way. However, when he shows up, it means we can't continue going in that direction because it's only going to affect the impact of, it's going to impact our life in a way where it just holds us back or it keeps us stuck in some way. And that's what this Five of Cups is about. Now, that being said, you are in a position to have some unexpected good luck. All right, things just really kind of turn in your favor unexpectedly, which kind of gives you a little bit of an advantage when it comes to dealing with these things here. All right, unexpected good luck, being in the right place at the right time. It's all those good things. That happens in the first week of January as well. We also got the Queen of Cups, and then we got the Three of Cups. I feel like this is an emotional situation that you need to work through. It may be related to this here, but your emotions are getting in the way of you having the experience and the results that you want, Sagittarius. So be very careful with that, all right? All right, so now, what I'm getting is a lot of growth is happening for you. There's awareness, but then there's also growth happening for you, Sag, in January, in 2025, all right? So the first card we got is that Four of Pentacles. It means you know what you need to do as it relates to your money. For some of you, this is going to be more savings. Some of you, this is going to be paying off debt. 2025 is the year to get your finances in order and to knock out all of the debt. All right, we also have the High Priestess card. The High Priestess, she's about your intuition, tapping into your spiritual gifts. All right. Here's the thing. You're going to be intuitively, you're going to receive guidance, divine guidance, as it relates to dealing with whatever this is, because this card fell onto that. So you're going to know exactly what you need to do when you need to do it. All right. So trust in any type of intuitive nudges or spiritual downloads that you get, especially in the second week of January. The Nine of Pentacles means you need to invest in yourself, spend the money, do what you need to do in order to get yourself where you need to be, Sagittarius. Page of Cups is an offer coming through. It's not going to resonate. You're probably going to have to say no. Then we got the Strength card in the reverse. Now, the Strength card in the reverse means that sometimes we're really vulnerable. And that's not always a bad thing. But sometimes we have to be a little bit more on guard when we are. And that's what I'm getting with this card. In other words, if you're feeling vulnerable, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, understand that you are going to have to be a lot more guarded because of that, okay? Next up, we do have that Fool card. All right, this is a new adventure. However, you're hesitating. There's a lot of new opportunities coming for you, Sagittarius, but for whatever reason, you're hesitating. Now, that could be part of what this whole Devil card is, like we talked about earlier. Maybe you're just being overly cautious. Maybe you're just being extra careful. But understand 2025 is going to be a year of adventure for you if you're willing to embrace it. All right, what else do we need to know for Sag for the year 2025? All right. 5 of Wands. You're going to have a conversation about doing something different. And they may not necessarily be on board, but there's something about, like, you want to do something new, different, and exciting, Sagittarius, like I talked about. And then you talk about it with somebody, but they're not fully on board. But that's okay. That doesn't mean what you want is wrong. Next up, we do have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is unexpected messages coming through as it relates to money. A lot of the signs have been getting this. I'm feeling like this is a tax thing for a lot of us, especially if you're in the US. I don't know about other parts of the world, but you're going to hear some news back as it relates to your taxes. Now, it's not necessarily anything bad. I'm not getting that, but it is something unexpected. All right. It can also be like, I'm also getting for some of you, it's going to be something work related. Again, something unexpected because this card is in the reverse. Finally, we got the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords means that you're no longer feeling limited, stuck, or that you can't do something. But it's like you feel very empowered. This is a great card to see in the reverse because it means you're no longer feeling like you have limitations. Or if you do have limitations in any way, you have figured out how to overcome them. All right. And this can be in any area of your life. It could be work. It could be relationships. It could be home life. It could be friendships, family, whatever the case may be. All right. But that's a great card. It means that you have busted through some preconceived notions or so-called boundaries that you thought were holding you back. All right, let's see what else shows up for Sagittarius for January 2025. All right, I see a card that was flipped over. Is there one? I thought there was one. Maybe not. Okay, so the Justice card. I like when I see the Justice card in the reverse because it always means to expect the unexpected. I think that's kind of what we're getting as it relates to the theme of your reading for January. Sagittarius, expect the unexpected. All right, that Justice card means a decision is not made in your favor. However, it works out in your favor at a later point in time. All right, so just because the answer is no or the answer is yes for something or someone else, understand this decision will actually benefit you, even though in the moment or at the time that it's made, you feel like, oh my gosh, this was the worst thing. I'm telling you, let time pass because you're going to see that that decision actually works out to your advantage. Even though it wasn't made in your favor, there's a blessing and there's a benefit behind it. Next up, we do have the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit card, remember the beginning of your reading was about taking action. By the time we get to the end of January, it's about you observing and evaluating what comes next. All right, because you're going to get some new answers and some new clarity throughout the month. And that's really going to determine what decisions you make going into the rest of the new year. Now, we also got that Chariot card. It means a lot of things are happening at once for you, Sag. This is exciting, but it can also be overwhelming. But honestly, I'd rather have lots of things happening than nothing happening. But that's just me. But all right, so if you've got a bunch of things in the works, looks like all of them are going to start taking off towards the end of January. Then we got the Temperance card. I'm feeling like that's a card of dreams for a lot of you. All right, Temperance is a card that talks about balance and harmony and things really kind of coming together for you in a beautiful, organic, holistic way. It also means that some of you are going to get answers, messages, and guidance in your dreams. So some of you have been asking for this, praying for this, wanting guidance, wanting a sign. All right, pay attention to your dreams because that's where you're going to get those answers. Finally, we do have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a card that talks about being diabolical, about letting something go. All right, you know what you need to say no to, all right, and you need to say no to it in a very big way, Sagittarius. All right, so let's go ahead and close out your reading with a secret manifestation card. Whoa. Your life is in your hands. That a man can change himself and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind who is wide awake to the power of right thought. Christian D. Larson. All right, your life is in your hands. You have way more control than you think you do. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Happy New Year.